Okay guys, so today we quickly going to learn how to create shapefiles using KML files. Alright, so when you launch your ArcGIS, but first you have to get your shapefile your KML file from Google Earth. Okay, so when you launch your Google Earth Pro, and presumably you don't have, I have already uploaded something, so I don't know for something, but you want to work on a particular area. I have a video on this, but you can just search. So for example, I want to look at a place like, so let me say KNUST. Okay, so when I search it, it would, that's actually within this area. So I have to set this up. Okay, so say I want to work on KNUST. Okay, so I have a video already on this. So what you do is just so you need something like a polygon. You need something that's you want to have a boundary, not actually a line, but I just need maybe an area within here. So you just go to that, okay, and when you are done, you save it. You just click OK, and what you do is you right click and save place as well. You save it as wherever you want to work on. Okay, so I'm not actually going to do so. You can save it as KML or KMZ. Okay, whatever format you want to work with, you can save it as such. But I mostly save my works in KML. That's what I usually use. So I mostly save all my works using that. So after that, you save it. When you navigate to wherever you want to save your your file, that particular folder, then you navigate there and save it. Give it a name and save that. Okay. Now, when you are done, what we do next is we are now going to look at how we convert that into an Esri shapefile in ArcMap. So you launch your ArcMap. So what you do is we are going to search for KML. So we'll search, you go to search and you can type KML to layer. But if you have saved your work in KMZ format, then you would have to type KMZ to layer. Okay, and that one here. So you search it. Sorry. When you search, so we have KML to layer and layer to KML. So you can do both. Okay, you can convert it from you have a layer form. You can convert that. So it's like KML or KMZ. Okay, so when this is out, so click on it. Alright, so we are going to input our KML file. So you would click to browse. Now when it opens, you navigate to where you saved your file, okay, your KML file. So we are in search of that KML file. So the file I'm going to use is something I already created. So it's in here. So I have Esri Gardens. So I open that up and just wait a minute. Alright, so I already have something at the output area which bore the same name. So means I just have to maybe add something to it. So Esri Gardens. Let's see that works. Okay, so that's actually picked. So right, we go ahead. Now you can check the progress. It's not done. You can check the progress by going to the geoprocessing tool, then go to resolve. Alright, so launch resolve. This goes quite big. So resolve, open up, KML is working, environment is well done. Now we're waiting for the message. Okay, so the message comes. It may be output, may be negative or positive, depending on how you inputted it. So if you inputted a file that there are some errors with it, then it would not recognize it. So okay, so here we go. After that, we had a positive output. So this is what it is. Okay, so from KML to layer, We have some other few steps to go. And now what we have is not actually a shapefile. Okay, so what we have to do is to convert this into shapefile. But first, I want to be sure my coordinate system is in the projected form. So right click on the layer, go to properties. You can equally double click on the layer and it will give you the same result. Okay, so you go to properties, then I want projected. So I already have my projected coordinate system. I've marked that as my favorite, so that is in Ghana. But if you actually want to learn how to do that, when you navigate to where your study location, if it is not in Ghana, it's not going to be within the same zone. So what you do is you right click on it and you either add it to favorite or remove it. Okay, so that's how I did that. So I click on that and get that selected. Okay, so now I can be sure my work is in the projected coordinate system. I actually want to work within that. So what we do next is to now convert this into a shapefile. Okay, so what you do is you right click on the type of vector layer that you have. So this is a polygon. If it was a polyline or a point or a line, which is polyline, you would have to right click, same as we are going to do here. So you right click on the type of vector layer, then you see there are a number of things you can do with it. But what we're going to utilize is to go to data, and we are going to export this and save it as a shapefile. Okay, so it is instructed export data, and it says save these layers data as a shapefile or geodata-based feature class. So whatever type you want to save it to, either you want to save it as a shapefile or a geodata-based feature class, you can equally do that. So what we're going to do is to click on this. But if you had wanted to export this to AutoCAD, that's when we would have selected that option. So if we want this in an AutoCAD format, then we have to go for the CAD. Okay, but we need this in just a shapefile and Esri shapefile, which we can use in ArcGIS, ArcMap, and other GIS data sets. So we go ahead to click this. Now, if they're asking what we want to save the data, use the same coordinate system as, so they say this layer source data and the data frame. So I want to use the layer source data because I actually converted this to what I wanted. Okay, so from there we can now save this as wherever we want to work. So you can navigate and go to wherever you want to save this. But I want to save this here. So well, let me change. I think I already have something there, so I don't need it. So I can just decide I'm going to save this on my GIS folder. So Esri Botanical Gardens. But one thing you should notice, GIS doesn't take spacing when it comes to labeling. So we use underscore. So I will have it be, come on here, delay Esri Gardens. All right. Then, but if you had wanted this in a file geodatabase, you can change that. In any format you want, you can actually change that. Okay, so I want this in a shapefile, so I get that selected, and from there you can save it. Go ahead to click OK. Now we wait for the prompt. So it says, do you want to add exported data to the map layer, the map as a layer? Yes. So select that, and you see it's changed now. So now we don't need it. Okay, now we have our shapefile, and we can use this for whatever we want to do. So we can check, see the attributes. So you go to the attribute table, we have the feature ID, the object ID, the shape, the name, the path, base, shape, everything. So if you want to actually check the land side, the area of this, you can equally click on the drop button here and go to add field. You can have area. It can either be an integer or float, but so I'm going to take float. We'll have no limit in terms of the number of squares I'll get. So you right click here, come to calculate geometry. Then area, so whatever unit you want to calculate your work in hectares, acres, square feet, square kilometers, square meters, you can just have that selected. So let's say we want it in square kilometers, you get it selected. It's not actually, yeah, so it's calculating, and that is 3.53 square kilometers. So basically that is how you convert your work into from KML, which is a file you got from Google Earth Pro, to Esri shapefile in ArcGIS. Thank you. I hope this was helpful in your work. Have a nice day. Bye bye.